I've seen people talk about this like on the internet before, and I feel like autistic people, we're the only people that pay attention to the world of neurodivergence. True. People who aren't a part of the neurodivergent group of humanity, I feel like they don't make an effort to educate themselves on neurodivergent people. But as somebody that's autistic, I realize that neurotypical people actually severely dislike us in ways that they don't even process, or ways that they don't even know. Like, I see people say all the time, like, if you can't keep a friend, then you must be the problem. And for the longest, I felt like I was a problem, until I realized, like, you're actually not a problem. You just have autism, and the way that your brain works and the way that your nervous system works is not the way that most people's brains and most people's nervous systems work. So I felt shame for the way that I lived. And I don't even be understanding how the fuck people be thinking that when I talk about this is just something that I just be making up. Like, it literally brings tears to my fucking eyes when I think about all of the shit that I went throughout my fucking childhood, throughout middle school, throughout high school. All of the shit and all of the challenges that I went through was literally just because I was fucking autistic and I didn't know it. And all of the ways that people described me was just them describing my autistic traits. All of the things that people disliked me for were all my symptoms of autism. I just was never, unfortunately, in the care or in the guardianship of somebody that was educated enough to be able to see that I was autistic. Everybody just was like, oh, you got anger problems. My dad was like, you're an empath. My mom was like, you're too sensitive. And to everybody else, I was just an outgoing girl with a big attitude and a big personality that was really smart and really creative. But I didn't fit in with nobody. I had a group of friends, and then they outcasted me for no reason. And then after that, it just was like, I had one friend throughout the rest of high school. But in general, when I got older, things started to go downhill, because I realized in the real world, your success is like 90% based off of how much people like you. And as an autistic person, people don't like me. They're never going to like me. I'm never ever going to be the person that walks in the room and everybody embraces me because I'm not a regular person. Like, my sister is that person. She has a bunch of friends. Everybody likes her. She's not a controversial person. She speaks her mind. She probably has some controversial point of views, but her existence is not controversial. My entire existence is controversial. My entire existence has always been controversial. For my entire life, people told me the way that I live is wrong. The way that you wake up in the morning and breathe is wrong. The way that you walk down the street is wrong. And people don't understand how that feels. People don't understand how that shit feels, bro. Like, y'all just don't. Y'all never gonna understand.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard used a man with autism, a low IQ, that was collecting a permanent disability check. And I'm saying this to say that I love the fact that this creator expressed really truly how she feels and how the world has perceived her. Because I also think that has led to the demise of Nicholas GODEJOHN as well. We have failed people with autism. And we make them to people that prey on them. And we as a world have to do better. We have to treat people with disabilities better. And a lot of the things that she just described is a lot of the things that we have read, we have seen, and we have heard about him. But somehow he's still been villainized. And even with him having autism, she has said he's not an innocent little buttercup. We know that he was trying to protect her. He thought he was her hero. He believed every word that she said. And he believed that she was truly in danger and being harmed. But somehow, y'all don't see him as a hero. You see him as a villain. And the fact that we as a society have let a woman like this out and thought that it was okay, or think it's okay, is crazy. And she, not only that, let's spin a block on the way she's villainized him.
I can't stand him because I went from one abusive person to another. I wish he would have been more responsible. He was the first person I ever told that I could walk. Yeah, I asked him a question. I asked him to kill my mother, but I didn't hold a gun to his head and make him do it. He seemed more happy to do it than anything. And that's why I can't stand him.
And I wanted to believe what she was saying, and unfortunately, I should have listened to my other part of me. As ironic as I was trying to influence her to go with, but she never went with it. She never wanted to run away, so I couldn't get that to work.
He knew. I think he knew that he could easily get me out of that situation by calling the police, being responsible. He knocked on the door 3 times, scratched the door twice.
This is the man that she villainized. Yep, and she said that he should have been more responsible. Yet he's the one that was collecting a permanent disability check. Yep. And somehow society thinks it's okay that we have thrown him away and throw the key away. And I think that there needs to be more awareness on people preying on people that they can manipulate. Anyway, his dad also did a video or on a show, and I feel like it's really necessary for you guys to see this so that you can understand that he has family that cares and loves him as well.
Lost. I can't believe what happened, and just dumbfounded, and I actually don't know how to feel anymore because of it. My mind's been rewired to think differently now. It's hard. Everything's hard. My son, Nick, his side of the story told, and because her side is getting all this attention left and right, and he can get nothing. I believe Gypsy was just using him. She may have had a slight feelings for him, but when she got him in, reeled him in through her plan, then she pretty much started losing interest in him until after the deed was done, and then boom, threw him under the bus. I felt compassion because of what her mother did to her, but in retrospect, when she learned all those traits from her mom and turned around and used them on my son and to get out of her situation, all the press and everything that was being focused on this case, it just made me become more of a hermit. I didn't want to leave the house. I'm afraid somebody's going to notice me and, hey, you're a GODEJOHN or whatever. Is that your son? I didn't want to deal with any questions. This birthday card I received from my son on my last birthday is on your birthday and always wishing you a very happy birthday. It's a happy birthday, Dad. How old are you now? 51? Yeah, that sounds correct. 51. Well, happy 51st birthday. Remember, it's just a number. If you feel you're young, then you are. I wish I could spend your birthdays with you. God willing, maybe I'll still get that chance in another birthday. I know it's hard being this far away. Please be strong. Thank you for being my father, my best friend, and teacher. I'm blessed to have you as a father. It's you who taught me all these noble traits, and I'm grateful for it. I love and miss you wholeheartedly. Until we talk again, your son, truly, Nicholas Paul GODEJOHN.
And Gypsy Rose Blanchard dislikes this man so much that she has continued to use, abuse, and villainize him. I also feel like we need to watch this clip because I think that this really shows you what he was up against or is.
I don't associate myself as a murderer because if you think about it, yes, I had a part to play in it. I asked Nick for help. And how that conversation started was, he was saying that he would protect me from anyone. I said anyone. He said yes. I said even my mother. He said yes. And then the plan kind of formed from there. But he's the one that did the actual kill, not me. I can't kill anyone. That's why he's in trouble to begin with, because he's the one that did it. So when they say I'm a murderer, I don't identify it.
This is also the woman that laughed at baby reindeer. Let's watch that.
This is so cringe. Oh my God. God, it's terrible.
Also, she made a video on how to jab her mom. She gave him instructions on how to do it. But he's serving life and she's out here. And if you don't believe me, watch this.
Phone video that Gypsy had taken shows her walking through her mother's bedroom, and she points at the mattress and then makes this motion with her hand. At that point, that was a very hard pill to swallow.
Before the unaliving of D.D. Blanchard, Gypsy sent Nick a home video using her cell phone. In this video, it shows Gypsy showing her mother's bedroom, and then making a particular motion with her hand once she gets to the bed. This is an instruction video that Gypsy made for Nick in order to show how the act of the unaliving of her mother should be carried out by Nick. The only people that knew this video existed until recently was her attorneys. Her attorney explains that it was a hard pill to swallow once they had found out about this video that Gypsy recorded.
Gypsy Blanchard and Nicholas GODEJOHN was arrested. And when Gypsy was sitting in the interrogation, she was trying to throw Nick under the bus. And the funny part about it is, or not funny, is Nicholas was trying to protect her the whole interrogation. But let's watch a part of that clip.
It's kind of weird though, people saying you had handcuffs, they give you this weird look, and I'm like, did you do anything? I'm like, okay, number one, I didn't kill anybody, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I didn't do nothing. I'm a good girl.